Sebastian Fuentes here, Movement Politics Director for Rights and Democracy in New Hampshire. I'm just here with amazing progressive champion leader, Representative Catherine Sofikitis from Nashua. Representative, welcome.
Thank you.
Really quick questions. What are your impressions of what happened so far during this legislative year here in New Hampshire?
I think that it's not as tumultuous as some years have been. I think that people are still hesitant to chat amongst each other, but I think that some bridges are being built between people more on an individual level than like whole caucus to caucus, Republicans and Democrats. There's not a lot of trust, but individually we seem to be making connections with some Republicans, and some are actually being reasonable. Unfortunately, what happens, I'm not sure if everybody in Rights and Democracy knows what happens to the Republicans, but they hold them really on a short leash. And so when they vote against the party line, and like if they wanted to vote their district and vote their conscience like we are always told to do, they will be primaried. They will be taken off their committees. They will lose their parking assignments, and they will be aggressively whipped to get them into compliance with the Republican way. So it's very frustrating. Last week we had
some amazing victories, to be honest.
We did, but I'm just going to talk about the so-called Parental Bill of Rights.
Please.
And everybody has those rights that they have, and I would encourage parents to just foster your relationships with the schools and treat them like the treasures that they are, and not put yourself in a position of conflict with your children's teachers. But Representative Gregg gave a very moving and very, very touching speech from the House floor, because they had not even thought about forcing the teachers to out the children about everything. And so she is a domestic violence survivor for her children. And so she talked about that relationship with teachers that helped her children through a very rough time. And after her speech, some Republicans came and said, "We really wish we could vote for this bill, but they won't let us." So that's the thing. This is what we're going to have to overcome to get quality work done. Now, we are at crossover now, so that means that the Senate bills are coming to us in the House, and our bills that we finished up are going to the Senate, and we're going to sit down and work on the budget. So this is where the rubber meets the road on the budget, and everybody has to have their eyes on it to make sure there's no shenanigans.
So, Representative, you mentioned the work from Representative Gregg, but I gotta say, from the bottom of my heart, my appreciation to the work that the whole Children and Family Services Committee has done. Representative Grossman, Representative Perez, Representative Raymond, Representative Long, Representative Moulton. They have put a lot of time and work and efforts into all those bills, and they hear those testimonies, and they understood exactly what was happening, and they advocated against this. So our appreciation from many parents here in the Granite State about those. But you mentioned something important, is the budget's coming. What are your initial impressions of the budget that it looks like?
Well, we haven't really seen it. I need to start watching tapes of all of the hearings are available online, and you can watch them. And the Budget Committee is divided into 3 divisions, and so that's a lot of hearings. But this is the time they're going to meet with us and tell us everything that's come to pass. And so this is where we have our fights. The first year it's about the budget, the first year of our biennium, and then the second year is usually when we have all the really contentious bills like abortion and all of those bills usually come in the second year, but we had them at the same time this year. One thing I would like to send praise and adoration to is Representative Maria Perez, because every time I turn around, she's somewhere else in the state doing something. And we're fighting in Nashua the asphalt plant that they're trying to put about less than a mile from my house. And she came from Milford. And the thing I love the most about her is she considers every Hispanic person in the state of New Hampshire her constituent. And so she was at that hearing after we had been here for maybe 8 hours, and then we went to Nashua, and that thing went until 11 o'clock at night. And she spoke in Spanish for her constituents. And I was so proud of her. She's everywhere all the time, and it's my honor to support her in anything that she needs.
As a Hispanic myself, I find a lot of pride on seeing the work that Representative Perez has done here in New Hampshire. Oh, Representative Sofikitis, I know you're busy today. Anything that you want to say to the progressive out there, the expectations or anything that you need from them to be able to build that power that we want so much here in Concord?
Well, the thing that I've been most concerned about is the siting of landfills up in the North Country, and we pretty much look like we knocked it back on its heels, but it's going to the Senate now. And so we need people to get on board with that. We have a scientific formula that would make it impossible to place a landfill near anywhere where the movement of water underneath the landfill could get to a water body within 5 years. And so that is the bill, House Bill 56, that we're working on.
And we know that accidents happen. It has happened in East Palestine, Ohio. It happened in Flint, Michigan. Even though Flint wasn't really an accident, it was part of the management, the lack of management in the city. So, Representative Sofikitis, thank you so much for all the work you do. I have witnessed it from a long time back. That you are here always resilient and giving up a good fight. So, thank you so much. And then,
thanks to Rights and Democracy for the endorsements, for the people that come and hold signs and shake our hands when we come. It's stuff like that gives us the power to go on. Because sometimes when we go in there, we just feel like we're friendless. But it's nice when we see people before we go into session.